welcome back to another awesome video, and today's movie is going to be of The Breakfast Club. So, I think we know what The Breakfast Club is. I think it's a pretty iconic film, but it does follow teenagers, high schoolers, as each individual one has done something that they've committed, and they're basically serving their time in Saturday detention. So this movie is directed by the one and only legendary John Hughes. And speaking of this being such an iconic movie, and I feel like this is a film that has probably been talked about before several times, referenced several times, and you can definitely tell in various of media, and these types of characters, these types of trope type token characters, because in ways, I feel like this movie and many other movies like this, where you have a group of kids that are like the outsiders, have this sort of play on similar formula because of this movie. And as much as I'm going to say how iconic this movie is and how great this movie is, this is technically my first time actually fully watching this film. Now, don't get me wrong, I know of its pop culture importance. I mean, the iconic dance sequence with them on top of the bookshelves. I don't know all these actors, but let's face it, this movie made these nobodies into somebodies, especially with Molly Ringwald and Emilio Estevez. You got the iconic shot of Johnny Bender putting his fist in the air as he's leaving the football field. A lot of visuals that are very iconic, but this is the first time I've actually fully watched the film. And I gotta say that I really do love this movie without sugarcoating it and oversaturating it and again being like, oh my gosh, it's brilliant, and also kind of trying to add something different in a way. But it's hard to, because there's so many films, and The Breakfast Club is one of those many films that has been talked to death, that what kind of source and value can you add that's different? I guess the perspective I can add is that this is a first time viewing, well, kind of technically second-ish, because I wound up trying to finish this at first, or at least saw the beginning, and then recorded it because I didn't get the rest of it, so finished it. The cast is great. The five of them are, I feel like they stand out in every little moment. They have the little iconic visuals, they have their iconic quotes and everything. I bet there's probably so many people out there that gotta quote this movie to death. Don't get me wrong, everyone is great in this, but I think the stand-up performances for me are definitely gonna be Judd Nelson. John Bender he had me laughing my ass off. There's something about the renegade, the rebel type, and I think Bender does that so well, or at least the actor with his snarkiness. But also, yes, this is one of those movies that started those trends of, hey, this guy reflects off of others when it comes to his emotions. He doesn't talk about his feelings. There's things you can find with people, and there's a lot of relatability you can find with these people. But definitely Bender and Emilio Estevez as Andrew Clark. There was just something about him, and I don't know why. I don't know what it is. I like me a character, or I like actors named Andrew. I don't know why. I just like people named Andrew. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Those two stood out to me 100%. I think a huge thing I can definitely say for this movie is it is very real. Don't get me wrong, John Hughes knows how to make movies like this, but he really makes this one feel legitimately real. There's a lot of subjects about abusive parents. I think there's one mention of divorce. One of the kids, I think it was Brian, who actually talks about suicide and all these other little things, and kind of like the social hierarchy with high school is another thing, which, again, that is a trope that's been done before, but this is kind of like the one that started it all with, you have like the jock, the nerd, you have the emo artist, like kind of like angsty one, and then the popular girl, so all these little like social classes. And I kind of do like that at some point in the movie they address that, hey, after all this is said and done, are we actually going to be friends? Like, are we all going to be like, hey, how's it going? Acknowledge one another. Or are we going to go back to normal and act like we don't know each other anymore and just stick to our posse and all? I kind of like it delves into these sort of morals, and it delves into some of these aspects, these redeeming qualities to these people. I think the only person that doesn't have redeeming quality is Paul Gleason as the principal. And now, don't get me wrong, he does a great job as the principal, and he has a speech at one point about himself. But man, is he abusive as hell when it comes to his authority and to his power, especially how he treats Bender. And I get it, Bender really gets under his skin, but the dude, like, even goes as far and says, hey, no one gives a shit about you. I'm getting paid this amount of money. You're a lowlife, gut-sucking, pus-licking kid punk that no one's gonna remember. And I'm just sitting here going like, dude, holy shit, man, are you not likable? I mean, I like it, but at the same time, I kind of hate him, and I know that's the point, but Christ on a stick. But I am going to give Breakfast Club, I think I'm going to at least give it a solid A. I'm not going to act like this is the best John Hughes movie. I think this is definitely like top 5, or at least I can see why it is iconic for a reason. I mean, I kind of knew this and I was aware of this, but actually had sat down and seen this film, I kind of now I'm going, yeah, okay, now I realize the significance of this movie. And of course, you have that iconic song, won't you come see about me? I'll be alone, dancing, you know it, baby. But what do you guys think of Breakfast Club? Let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please smash the like button. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe to us videos every day for every week. Make sure you ring that bell to new videos every day week. Share the video with family and friends. All the good stuff for more. Leave suggestions down in the comments. You name it, I'll do it as best as possible. I've got other things going on for you all throughout 2026, since 2026 is going to be a very important year for me. So these are all going to be, a good chunk of these videos that you're watching right now are all just scheduled reviews and scheduled videos that I pre-recorded in advance, so that way I can be busy with my life of doing, you know, just getting ready for my wedding and getting ready for all sorts of things that I'm setting up for myself for the future. Some might be in current time, in real time, but a good chunk of these are going to be scheduled. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all next time.